If you're a business owner, never walk into a meeting without understanding the strategy. The strategy is particularly useful when we are trying to solve business conflicts. It could be a conflict related to sales, or it could be something related to two businesses competing for a particular common goal. Any area of conflict could be resolved in a better way if we use this particular strategy. Now, this strategy consists of five different strategies or approaches that we need to adopt to resolve a conflict. So, this video is about conflict resolution. Now, the leaders who are very confident that yes, we have been into our businesses since quite long now and we can manage any kind of conflicts. Well, be extra conscious when we are solving conflicts wherein you are involved personally. So, during my coaching sessions, I have frequently observed that there are leaders, when they are resolving conflicts pertaining to other people, they are doing a great job. But when they are resolving conflicts wherein they are invested emotionally, they create blunders. The same cadre of people, they create blunders. Why does that happen? Because they are involved emotionally, their egos come into picture, and they are affected directly by the decision of the conflict resolution. So here are the top five strategies that you should write on paper. You should be clear about what outcomes you're expecting from each strategy, and then only walk into a meeting which is pertaining to conflict and conflict resolution. First is collaborate. It could be your staunch enemies in business. Still, you can think about a collaborative mechanism which results into a win-win for both the parties. And yes, that's possible, especially when you are personally involved in the conflict. There have been multiple instances wherein people who were fighting with one another, but the moment they entered into the same room, discussed certain things, they were able to find out a collaborative outcome with the help of which they were able to create a win-win environment wherein both entities got benefit. Second is, if collaboration is not possible, if it is not possible, go into compromising mode. Compromising means I lose some, you lose some. So our victories or our wins, they are slightly reduced in the compromising model. So if I'm entering into a conflict situation, trying to resolve it, compromising will come into picture if I am okay with letting go of some of my profits or some of my wins just to ensure that I'm at least getting something out of it. If these two things do not work, first collaborating, that is big win-wins for both the entities. Second, compromising, which is slightly reduced wins. Then go on to accommodating. Accommodating means I am letting go of my interests so that you can take the win. It becomes very important. Accommodating becomes very important when we are dealing with situations wherein relationships are important. So if my relationship or the influence that this conflict is going to cast on the people around me, it's very important for me. In that sense, I might let go of my win, of the opportunity to win, and I'll allow the other person to win because that relationship is more important. It's accommodating. So, in the order of priority, first try for collaborating, then compromising, then accommodating. And if none of these work, you can move on to competing. Competing means I'll win and you will lose. Why I have kept this on number four? Because even if you are competing or fighting or solving a conflict with your staunch competitor, it's not advisable to look for a win, a thorough win for you, and a huge loss for your competitors. If somehow you can move on to the first strategy, that is, you are winning enormously, and the person with whom you are having the conflict also wins, it will ensure growth for both the entities in the longer run. So, competing comes on number four in the order of priority. So, what's on number five? Number five is avoiding. Try to avoid the conflict if you feel that it could be avoided. That the time and resources that you put into resolving the conflict will be more than the benefits that the conflict resolution could yield. Then you can decide on avoiding the conflict. Don't talk about it, don't think about it. Just put it into a cold bag and then stop thinking about it. However, it is strategy number five because if it is a conflict, it should be resolved. If it is a conflict that is considerably important to you, it should be resolved. If it is not, avoid it. So here are the five sutras or five rules that have to be followed in the order of priority every time you enter into a conflict. Number one, collaborating. Number two, compromising. Number three, accommodating. Number four, competing. And number five is avoiding it completely.